All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rekakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Let's teach His word in our true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today, I just want to title this lesson, Payback. Or I might title it Justice. Matter of fact, I'm gonna title this lesson Justice. Because matter of fact, let's go to the dictionary, the regular old Google dictionary, and let's just see what this word justice means. I might get it in the matter of fact, Salakia, let me get it in the etymology so we can get a little bit more meat off this word justice. Because so-called white man haven't been judged for all the crimes that he have committed, you know, even as far back as the serpent and as Cain, I should say he was a murderer and a liar from the beginning, you know. So let's yeah, it didn't even want to get it to me. Hold on, bear with me, Akim. Okay, this is justice in the etymology. Etymon online, it says the exercise of authority and vindication of right by assigning reward of or punishment. Now we know that reward is not always is in a good sense. It says quality of being fair and just, moral soundness and comforty to truth. See, justice, legal right, jurisdiction, righteousness. See, equity, upright, just. See, the right order, uprightness, judge. You know, Oh, it says, oh, this is beautiful right here. It says, deal with as is right or fitting. See, because ultimately, you ease are going to get judged, man. For everything that you have done. And ultimately, that icing on the cake, for America is this place being hit by thermonuclear missiles. That's justice, man. Because how you devils came into power, this place America, you got a full grip on the planet Earth, is when you drop those bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Which we don't care about those goods, but the point is how diabolical you ease are on power, man, to gain power. You created a that's the most powerful weapon man-made, man. You can't top a nuclear missile, man. On a planet Earth. And you devils, the Lord gave you that power pretty much to destroy yourselves. So matter of fact, before I get this, let me get this in Proverbs 26 and 27. It says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. And you roll that stone on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, guess what's going to happen to you, man? That's when the whole earth. Matter of fact, let me get that in they was quiet before you. Let me get that in the Maccabees. Even though this is talking about Alexander, but hey, it applies to you E's today. So this is First Maccabees 1, and I just started verse 2. And made many wars. It's talking about Alexander. It says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and he went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, and so much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. And yeah, and when you ease, pretty much when you had after World War II, the earth was quiet before you, man. It was a thing called the Fabulous 50s, man. That was that you Edomites, you really in this kingdom right here, so-called kingdom America, you really had 10 years, so to speak, the golden days, man. You know, the 50s when you got your the after World War II, they had a lot of World War II babies. You made a lot of babies. Yeah, I mean, it was a more house appliances was more popular. Yeah, I mean, you had a stove with a damn foot tub at the bottom of it, man. That's how you ease with living. You was exalted, and your heart was lifted up. You was proud. You thought that no one was gonna be able to touch you, man. You know, matter of fact, let's get that, in Revelation the 18th chapter. Because once you dropped them bombs, you thought that was NRB, but the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, that was part of the plan, you know. This is Revelation 18 and 7. It says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. Meaning what? That this place America is not going to take no L's, man. You know, because you got the button. Yeah, I mean, so to speak. But guess what? The Lord put you in a trick bag. Everybody got the button now, man. Everybody has nuclear capability, and that's justice, man. Because you know you will bomb someone to hell and back. That's why you're known as the eagle, because you do aerial attacks. You know, you do aerial attacks. You bomb people to hell and back, man, if they don't go by your ways. But now you that was a backed into a corner. Your allies, pretty much everybody in the room got a gun. Yeah, I mean, you know, and at the end of the day, everybody, your allies is going to turn on you. You know, so this is Revelations chapter 13, and I start at verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. It's talking about America. And the two horns is Democrats and Republicans. It said like a lamb because you think that it was meant to help you, you know. But it says spake as a dragon because these laws are some rigorous laws, man. It said he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. And see, and that lets you know this is Rome all over again. Exercise the all the power of the beast before him. See, and cause of the earth of them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly one was here. See, that lets you know it's talking about this is America, which is Rome all over again, man. Cause that first beast that was Rome, you know. Now is America, man. Is the same. That's why it says the image is the same. It's Rome all over again, man. You know. This the point in verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Now we know that's talking about when they drop them bombs on them gooks, man. You know, so let's get this word wonders, cause that was a great wonder. He made fire come out from heaven. That was, see, that never happened before, man. That never happened, you know. And that's why the earth was quiet before him. That's why everybody was like, "Look, you got the juice, man." You know. But that was that slippery slope. That was the slippery slope, which I'm gonna get there too. You know. So this is let me see if I can just play it out.
Strong's G 4592.
Semayan. So it says a sign, mark, token. See, because guess what? That you can always remember that when you think about war and all that. What you go back to the devastation of what happened to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was a token, man. You know, it says And that was the only time those type of weapons were used in war, man. That was the only time. And they got what? They got something more powerful. That's what the scripture says in Joel. There was never the like. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let me get that. For you know, I don't want to chop it up. This is Joel 2, and in verse 2, it says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not ever been the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." Yeah, because once these missiles, once they're being used on this place America and Israel and other parts of the earth, guess what? It's not going to be no point of weapons, man. You know, the scripture said they're going to beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. You know, it's going to be a these other nations. They're not going to be building weapons no more. They're going to be in the field. You know, weapons into agriculture. You know, now you got these third world countries, because they're third world, because they putting all their agriculture, taking that money out of that and putting it into matter of fact, that's in Joel 3, I believe. Yep, that's it. Joel 3 and 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." It says, "Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." And throughout all the planet Earth, that's what you see. You got these like Russia, they're known for having these major countrywide drills, you know, because they understand that this is their time for war. We are in the transition of power right now, man. Is falling out of power. So guess what? These other nations smell blood, you know. So whoever come out on top, that will come out on top. But that's that vain thing that they imagine, because the one that was never thought of was going to wear the crown, which is the true Israelites, you know. Verse 10, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." See? Because guess what? At one point they bagged out. They told America, "Look, you got the juice." Yeah, I mean, you got it, man. You know. But guess what? Now they have the nuclear capability, which let's go back to this in this blue letter, because I got plenty more precepts. I just want to get this out the way. It says that by which, this is back in that blue letter, that word wonders. It says that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. See, when you think about the great high, there was a stamp right there, man. You know, that the what they call it, little boy and fat man. You know, a sign, prodigy, portent. Let's get this word portent. It's a bad word right here. It says portent. Okay, it says an indication or omen of something about to happen, especially something momentous, threatening, or disquieting significance. And let's see, an omen, a hunch, foreboding. See, sign, warning, threat, caution. See, this is that that was your fate. That was your fate, Esau. It's an unusual occurrence, transcending the common course of nature. Signs portending remarkable events soon to happen. See, that right there, that wasn't none, man. That was just just like what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. That was just an example, man. You know, what not to do. Well, how you laid them places out, man. That was just an example. That was just a foreshadowing of what's about to happen. You know, It says of miracles and wonders by which the Most High authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is the Most High's. Okay, but the point is, that was a sign. That was a foreshadowing of Esau's fate, man. Because now, like I said, everybody got the ingredient, pretty much. I'm gonna say it like that. If you ever went into like the Cold War, hey, that was a major, yeah, I mean, news. That was a major news broadcast. Like, yeah, Russia has the ingredient now, and they showing you that. Look, matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Let's see if I can find this. I think it's 68. Song 68. Bear with me. Slippery slope. Bear with me. Bear with me, Akim. I don't want to give me the Let me type it up on Google. Salakia, Akim. Salakia. I know it's in Psalms. I just can't think of the chapter and verse right now. Oh, 73 and 18. I just had to go down. Okay, this is Psalms chapter 73. I might jump up a little bit on this to see. Matter of fact, I started up a little bit and then I just jumped down. This Psalm 73 and 1. Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. And yeah, and that's why these devils, that's why they act the way they act, man. Because Yahweh Shema Shai gave them the blessing of the sword, which that's the only thing they can hang on to. If they can't get you with the seat, they can always go back to the sword. It says they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued as other men. See, because why? This is their time to rule. That's why verse 3 said he was envious at the foolish. You saw the prosperity of the weak. You see these Edomites, they're pedophiles and yeah, I mean, they're into bestiality. They weirdos. But guess what? They living good, man. They can do whatever the hell they want, man. They ain't, because this is their time to rule. Verse 6, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, see? And that lets you know that they can't help being proud. When you chain down, you can't go nowhere. These devils can't help. They can't help they being proud. That's how they were created. It says violence covered them as a garment. See, because they get off on bloodshed. You know what I mean? Let me see. They get off on bloodshed. Let me just go ahead and let's see. Okay, I'm going to jump down to the point. It says, verse 18, surely thou didst set them in slippery places. See, thou casted them down into discretion. He set them in slippery places. I think the first scripture I read was that he that rolleth a stone. Well, guess what? You rolling up a slippery slope, man. That stone is going to be returned upon you. You're gonna get so far. That's why the scripture said, when he's about to fill his belly, It says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou cast them down into destruction. How are they brought into destruction? As in a moment. They are utterly consumed with terrors. That's that the lake of fire. You utterly consumed with the terrors, which are those missiles. It said as in a moment. Let me see if I can find this real quick. This is Luke 10 and 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Yeah, because these devils, these Eves, they're gonna fall in 1 hour, man. When it said lightning, that means that's quick, you know. It's gonna be quick. It said, matter of fact, let's go back to Revelation, the 18th chapter. Revelation 18 and verse 10. It says, standing afar off for the fearful torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city which is America, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. See, it's gonna only take 1 hour for this whole place to be destroyed, man. You know, and guess how that's gonna be done? By those terrorists that's gonna consume you, which are those nuclear missiles, man. That's justice, man. You know, because you Eves think you're gonna just get away. People still, talk about that. How you drop them bombs on them gooks. But guess what, man? It's going to be talked about how America was totally consumed, and fired by the way of them thermonuclear missiles, man. And I just ended off on this, Icon. This is Revelations 20 and 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. See, death and hell. So how can hell be cast into itself? That's talking about America, man. This place, America, man. That's the second death, man. By the way of them thermonuclear missiles, you gotta understand how by Shemel Shai put into these devil's mind to create these missiles, man. And that was the slippery slope. That was that trap. He wanted the sword. Esau wanted a blessing. The Lord blessed him with the sword, man. And guess what? That very same thing that got him in power is gonna be the very same thing that's gonna take him out, man. And that's balance. So yeah, I just hold to edify and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakodash. And the honors to the apostles and the elders in great millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach the word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA Abad Babal. And Shalak Rayam to everyone that's against this truth.